everyone, and welcome to another weekly connection. I know a lot of you noticed, yes, this is a day late. And as you can hear, I was a little under the weather. I got tired, decided to take a vacation, which I did, and then got sick, which happens about every 13 or 15 years. We're trying to figure it out, where my autoimmune system just needs to do a reboot. So I consider myself rebooted. But today we're going to talk about some really cool stuff. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to do my aura spray. There you go. Bring our energy together, and everyone's here. And Lord Mahey is actually leading today. And I'm going to get my cosmic thrust. Good. Rub my hands together. Get those energies moving. Bring it into my aura. Cup your hands together and a nice deep breath in. And this connects us heaven and earth, a little more at that solar plexus where we need it so much. It connects us through time and space as well. So today is going to be interesting, and I have some notes. But Lord Mahey wanted to talk about how to make our negative thoughts positive. This is really very, very important with the world today, because most of everything out there is pretty doggone negative, right? And you can find yourself getting caught up in the negative. And you know, it's far easier not to think. It's much easier to judge than to think, or to use your thoughts, or to just come up with a negative blah, 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 blah about something. And so what we want to work on today is how to shift that within ourselves, because your negative thoughts are how you manifest your world. Well, if you have negative thoughts. If you have positive thoughts, you're manifesting a positive world. So it makes sense that if our thoughts are how we manifest, then we want those thoughts to be as positive as we can make them. Yet, it's estimated that about 60 million thoughts that you have a day, 80% of them are negative. 60,000 thoughts you have a day. That would be short. We'd be like little nummy dummies. Anyway, 60,000 thoughts a day you have, approximately. Some more, some less. All right, and so I may cough a little, but excuse me for that. But 80% of those thoughts are negative. And here's what's amazing to me. 95% of those negative thoughts are repeated from the day before. Like, we don't have anything better to do than to repeat all the bananas and tapioca that we're putting ourselves through. It doesn't make sense, does it? Yet, because of the way 3D is structured in that fear element and worry and anger, those negative aspects, it's what perpetuates that. So we're indoctrinated, we're trained into that negative thought pattern. As we raise our consciousness, we shift that into positive thoughts. So everybody has a propensity to be either more fear-oriented or worry-oriented or anger-oriented. Wherever you fall into that, it's not really a judgment of one or the other. It's just where your nervous system chooses to bug you. So what we need to do is undo that pattern in your neurosystem so that you can start thinking more positive thoughts. Now here's what's really, really, really interesting, is that of those worries that you're having, and repeatedly having, 97% are baseless. Totally baseless. They have no meaning, they're never going to happen. And the other 15% are usually things that are quite manageable. You know, like stuff, life, right? So here we are, wasting our time and energy on all this negativity, and we are not putting the energy and the focus into the positive world that we want. So it's really important that we focus on our thoughts. And when I say focus on your thoughts, I mean I want you to become more aware of what you're thinking. So am I thinking negative, I'm thinking that that rotten so-and-so did blah, 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 or BBB, or boo, 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 right? Or how come people are like that? Or why are they doing that? You have to understand that this is a planet of yin and yang, of duality. So for every negative, there is a positive. And we need to look for that positive. Or we need to put the energy into shifting awareness so that that negative is not what the world is focusing on. Right now, the world is focusing on every negative thing pretty much imaginable. So you find yourself caught up in it because you're human. Now, some people might call me a worrywart. No, that's hard to believe. I've learned not to allow my worry get me by keeping myself organized, making a list, and only focusing on one task at a time. All the other stuff I do not care about. So that you clear it out of your mind, you get rid of it, and you don't judge what is going on in yourself especially, or what is going on in the world. In this way, we start to learn to control our thoughts. You can control this. You can change it into positive. So that when you have a negative thought, you go nix, nix, nix. Make it a positive one. Because you want to manifest your world in a positive way. We want to create this world as the light seeds to be light, not negative. So we need to start right here in our minds, because this is where we manifest. This is where we make our world. And the more negativity that's out there, the more we're perpetuating that negativity of the world. So we really want to get ourselves to focus more positively. So the way that I do it is through meditation. Now, some of you say you have a hard time with meditation, but you can just breathe. Just do 4-count breath. You know, if you find yourself getting into one of those 3 emotions, fear, anger, worry, just do 4-count breath. Breathe in to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4, and smile. And you just do that, maybe 5 times. And it'll shift and change the way you were thinking. It works. And of course, wearing your shield and being the light seed really does help. So that you're wearing that light and you're tethered between heaven and earth. And remember, our empathic shields helps us learn not to judge. Because now we understand, we walk in their shoes, you know. And even the most dastardly of dude thinks they're a good guy. They think they're justified in whatever way, for whatever reason. And that it's okay. So we can't judge another for their paradigm, for their illusion. Because that's all this is illusion, right? So what Lord Mahay wants you to do today, and Lord Kutsumi, is practice getting your thoughts out of the negative. And if you find yourself repeating a thought, just go, let's get rid of that silly thing right now. Sometimes we have serious thoughts. Sometimes serious things happen. When that happens, this is where it's important to organize yourself. This is where it's important to say, what do I need to do to shift this negative thing, action, whatever, to a positive? Go get a piece of paper and pencil and say first this, 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 this. The number one thing, though, is you. The number one thing is to bring yourself into that place of center using just 4-count breath and smile. And don't sit there and frown, smile. Because when you smile, you're bringing those positive thoughts forward. You're shifting that negative idea in your head into a positive one. So we want to make sure that we do that as much as possible. There is always a brighter side. It's hard to find sometimes, for sure. But there is always the yin and the yang, and that always exists. It's our job to find that. We want to make this world a light world. We want to make our lives happy. You know, when I'm asking about something, if I'm asking something that I want or something that I'm looking at, I'll ask, well, which one of these two things is going to make me happy the longest? Because all you care about is happiness. All you care about is love. This is our job. We are the light seeds. So it's a training, because we need to break this paradigm of the third dimension. As the light seed, this is your job, is to shift it into the light. And you have to start right up here in your noggin. So let's do it this week. So let's do a quick meditation today. Remember, as an empath, you're supposed to understand, as the more you get experienced, all sides of things without judging it. It's a pretty good task. It does take practice. And not without slip-ups. It's okay. It really is okay. You just have to go, oops, oh well. That's our mantra, by the way. Oops, oh well. Let's do it again. Let's try that again. So let's bring that light in from the source. Oh, and it feels so good, that yummy gold light that's warm and viscous. And it sticks to every part of you, every cell, every molecule. And we're going to use this to shift those neurotransmitters in your brain into positive thoughts. So saturate your brain, saturate your head with that light. And bring it down, all the way down, through your body. Your whole torso is full of it. Your nervous system, your gut, everything. And any problem that you have, anything that you're worrying about or angry about or fearful about, fill it with that light right now. And let your body just feel that light. Saturate whatever that negativity is. And bring that all the way down through your hips, your knees, your legs, out your feet and into the earth to the mother. And she says, thank you, I'll take that. She grabs onto you. And you put your toes around the grid. Hang on tight. And she's like, let's go for a ride. And she brings that light right back up the back of you, back to source. And now you start going in that wonderful orbital movement, connecting you heaven and earth. And you let that light hold you steady, hold you calm, so that you can get through whatever it is that you need to get through. And just sit there with it for a moment and feel it. Feel the strength of it. And now we bring that light up the back, and it starts to waterfall, right? Out the top of our head. That connection between heaven and earth now waterfalls out the top of your head. And we fill our root aura. And the root aura, you know, is all of the old programming from earth. So let's really saturate that. Let's get that good. And then we bring it back out to our sacral chakra. And you know Lord Kutumi is obsessed with the sacral chakra, because this is where we need to shift. Because this is where we judge. This is where all of our doctrines and all those limited belief systems are held in us, is in that aura. So let's really douse that hard. And then your solar plexus, so that you just emanate that power of light. Remember, true power, conscious use of power, is love. Ego is not real power. So let's do that, because this is how we remove the greed from the planet and all those negative things, by making our solar plexus strong and emanating that light. And then we bring it out to our heart chakra, aura. And that heart aura is that essence of love. And we're taking now at the heart and bringing it from the lower 3 trident up into the upper 3 trident as the mixer valve to integrate. So that we're not just coming from the lower base 3D stuff. Now we're bringing in the higher elements. So we radiate out that heart love, because that's what we do as light seeds. We radiate light. We radiate love. And then out your throat chakra, so that you can express that light. And that when people see you, that's what they see. That's what they know you are. They know you are sincerely light. Are you perfect? No, you never will be. Give that one up. But it's fun to try. So we're going to work on this. And we're going to express ourselves as the true light beings we are. And then in your third eye, where you have no doubt that we will reach our goal, even with all the negativity that you see out there in the world right now. This is part of transition. It's supposed to go to poop. It's supposed to. We're on course. So let's make sure that we are on course, that we are as light and clear and as positive as we can be, so that we can now bring that out our crown and show that crown with radiant light and just beam that love to every other human being, that they may also grow and learn and advance. Because this is why we're here. It's our job. So we're going to shift as many negative thoughts as you can this week. We're going to shift it, and we are going to get to our goal. And there's no doubt we get to our goal, because we are the light seeds of planet Earth. So let's make our thoughts as positive as we can. It's a good task. It's a good job. And it feels so fulfilling and wonderful when you get to that point of feeling love no matter what. So I want you to practice. Lord Mahey, Lord Katumi are here helping us, along with all the other dudes. And I love you all. I will see you next week. Be sure to like me, subscribe me, all that ditty stuff you're supposed to do on social media. And again, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.